Hi everyone, this is Eric from Traders Helping Traders, and in this video we're going to take a look at how we interpret the signals that are generated by this new support and resistance trading system. But before we get into that, let me just talk to you briefly about trading breakouts. As you've probably guessed by now, this is a bit of a breakout system. And I'm sure you've heard some traders say, never trust a breakout. And there is some truth to that. However, I would qualify that by saying there are some breakouts you can trust and other breakouts you cannot trust. The difference is being able to distinguish between the two. Being able to identify those breakouts that are worth taking and avoiding those breakouts that inevitably turn out to be false breakouts. Now, I should mention that, as with all things trading related, this is not 100% foolproof. You will get the odd losing trade even using this new support and resistance method. However, by and large, this will help keep you out of a lot of the market noise, keep you out of a lot of whipsaw trades, and get you into trades that are showing strength. Get you into trades that potentially will trend really well. And of course, as traders, that's what we want. We want to find trades that are going to show some strength and where prices are going to rally or fall so that we can make some money. We don't want to get into a trade where the market's not going to do anything. Okay, so what do we do with this? Well, we're going to look at buying a breakout higher or selling a breakout lower below our channel if and only if the price high has held for at least 3 days or that the price low has held for at least 3 days. So in order for resistance to be valid, the price high must have held for 3 days, and in order for support to be valid, the price low must have held for at least 3 days. So unlike other breaking systems where you just buy or sell the breakout willy-nilly, we're not going to do that. We're going to make sure that that resistance is truly resistance, or that that support is truly support, and look for that price to hold for at least 3 days. And of course, if we're trading intraday, we're looking for it to hold for at least 3 bars. The rules remain the same, regardless of the time frame. So for instance, back here, we would not have taken this breakout because this price had only held for 2 days. It did not hold for 3 days. It actually broke out on the 3rd day. Similarly, we would not have sold this price here because even though our channel was up here, this price had not held for 3 days yet. And it slid down, and you can see it eventually reversed and headed higher. We would, however, have bought this breakout here because the market had held this price for 3 days, and as you can see, this particular breakout was a successful one, and we had a nice little rally as a result. The 5-period moving average is just a general guide to when the market might be changing direction. If we are long a position, as we would have been here, we start to suspect the strength of the position when prices retreat back to the 5-period moving average, as you can see they did with this bar here. And then look at what happened the very next bar. The market actually started trading below there. So it's just a general guide that once prices start to cross over the 5-period moving average or closing below the 5-period moving average, then the strength of the trend is beginning to shift, at least for the short term. So it gives us some very short-term directionality as well as a short-term warning signal as to what we should do with our exit stops. I want to point out that our trend is a very loose definition using this system. We will buy or sell regardless of direction, so long as the appropriate side of the channel gives way. Now that actually takes a lot of pressure off of us as traders, because no longer are we having to decide what the trend is. No longer are we having to decide where to get in. We have our line in the sand, and the market will tell us which way it wants to go from here. Now I know this all might seem rather confusing, so let's do a few examples so that you can see how this actually works in real life.